Hi, students. I wanted to go over the directions real quick on how to make your protein synthesis monster. Just as a quick review about the central dogma, it is our genes determine what characteristics an organism will have, but those genes are coming from the genetic code. So the genetic code, the DNA, provides the blueprint or the instructions to, or the genes to make proteins, and those proteins then go and determine your traits. So, again, the sequence, and right here, the sequence of the nitrogen bases in your DNA will ultimately determine what proteins are made. Okay, so DNA is the code to make proteins. That is the central dogma of molecular biology. So in this activity, you're going to create a monster using protein synthesis. You're going to transcribe some DNA, then translate it to mRNA to create your, we'll call it the ChinOps monster. I hope that sounds familiar, ChinOps, right? We talked about that in Unit 1 all the way back in probably October, the 6 major chemicals that we find in living things. But you're going to create a ChinOps monster using, the cells contained in this monster to figure out how your monster is going to look like, okay? And so we have 9 genes, A through I, and each of these genes contain the code for a specific trait. So all the traits are right here. We have the trait phenotype, and then down here we're going to have things like skin color or hair color and all of that, so you can draw your monster. So to practice on how that works, here's kind of a simple explanation. Now, if you read this in the assignment, then if it makes sense to you, that's great. But what we really want to know, you have a wheel here, which is similar to a chart. You can use this wheel instead of the chart on your monster sheet. But going back and kind of a few lessons ago, or for the first lesson that you did today, are that a 3-letter DNA code codes for a specific amino acid. You put a bunch of amino acids together to get your protein. So I'm going to back up here, and I'm going to talk about this chart. So let's say we have gene color right here, gene A, which is skin color. We know that the DNA sequence that we want for skin color are these 9 nitrogen bases, CCT, GCG, AAA. So in the first step of transcription, we have to unzip the DNA molecule and make messenger RNA out of it. Okay, so our messenger RNA corresponding code would be right here. G pairs with C pairs with G, C pairs with G, T pairs with T in DNA, pairs with A in RNA. And again, A in DNA pairs with U in RNA. So we have this messenger RNA code that then leaves the nucleus and goes to the ribosome, where it matches it up with this these are all codons right here, that matches up with this anticodon. And GGA codes for this specific amino acid, CGC codes for this specific amino acid, UUU codes for this specific amino acid. So I want to back up a bit now. Now that we've filled in this chart, I want to show you how to use this wheel to figure out what amino acids we have. So this is a codon chart. Okay, and I have this 3-letter code right here, GGA, right here. GGA, and I want to know what that code's for. So I come to this wheel here, and I start with the G right there. I have G right here, and my second letter is G, so then I move to G. And my third letter is A, so then I move to A right here. And that's glycine, actually. All right, that is an amino acid. So my second code is CGC. So I start in the middle here, C. Then I move to G. Then my C is arginine, ARG. My third code is UUU. So I have U right here in the middle. Then I move to U here. And then I have a U right here. That's phenylalanine. That's an amino acid right there. So that is how I get my 3 amino acid code there for skin color. Now, once I have my code, I want to know what phenotype that is. So I have this code, GLY, ARG, PHE. So I go to this chart and I figure out, where does that exist? Okay, so here is my option right here. GLYARGPHE, that is for yellow skin. Okay, so that's how we kind of go through the system here. I'm going to show you that an example again. Okay, so I'm going to flip to my monster page here, monster 6. And what I'm asking you to do here is just simply answer these 3 questions. Whoa, don't like the formatting there. But look at this chart. This is the central dogma, DNA to RNA to proteins. Again, that is kind of what we're talking about here at protein synthesis. And answer these 3 questions about the central dogma. Then I go here, you see that chart where we have our phenotypes. Now I don't have the wheel here. You can use the wheel if you want, but you can certainly use this chart. It really depends on how you want to make it work. But let's try this out here. So I have, let's say, so CCT. That is my DNA for skin color. So I am going to go back. My computer's being just a little slow as I'm recording. So I have G, I have G, and I have A. That's my first codon. Then I have G pairs with C. C pairs, my computer is being just a little slow. G. And G pairs with A. There we go. And my last one again. U, U, U. Okay, so amino acids. What amino acid? I'm going to go, let's click that there. So GGA. So I have my wheel. I can certainly use my wheel right here, GGA. So GGA is glycine, or I can use my chart. In my chart here, I have my first base is over here, so G. Then I go, G is here, so G, G, and there's my GGA right there, codes for glycine. Then I have CCA. I start with C right here. I move over to my C area. CCA codes for proline right there. Okay, so I'm going to type that in right here. So my first one was GGA codes for glycine, GLY. My second one, CGA, CGA is right there, arginine, ARG. And my third one, UUU, U, kind of meet right there, UUU, PHE. So again, I come over to this chart here. So I want to see glycine, arginine, phenylalanine, and it's right there, yellow skin. Okay. So again, my computer is being really slow right now, so we're just going to have to deal with that. But that is how I figure that out. And then I'm going to do that for gene all the way to gene I and figure out my phenotypes. And once I have every phenotype figured out, then on a separate sheet of paper, I'm going to draw my monster, color it in if I can, and I'm going to upload this document and take a picture of my photo or take a picture of my drawing and upload that document to our Canvas page right here. Okay? So once you have done that, you've completed the assignment, and that's it. If you have any questions, come see me in your office.